The Patriot is back on the video. Right, so last night, or the other night, I think it might have been 2 nights ago, I was messaged by a friend and he had asked me if I'd been doing any more YouTube videos, and the answer is, well, this is the first one I've done in a few weeks, because the last time I uploaded a video, it got fucking banned, alright? It got banned and it got flagged, and I got a warning to say I was spreading misinformation, alright? Which is absolutely fucking bullshit, because at the end of the day, I was sharing information from fuck's sake, people who don't know how to use roundabouts. Fucking shit me. People don't know how to use roundabouts. Roundabouts are to create traffic flow. Create it. So this person on the other end of the fucking roundabout stopped. She had right of way. She stopped. So therefore, the guy that I had to give right of way to stopped, because he didn't know what she was doing. And then I stopped because I didn't know what he was doing. Roundabouts, mate, roundabouts people are for totally different subjects right now. I know, right? I just jump from one subject to the next, but I'll go back to the last one in a second. Roundabouts are for traffic flow. They are to create traffic flow, alright? So you don't have to stop generally at an intersection, alright? If the intersection's big enough, you should be able to flow through the intersection without stopping, alright? You got to give way to your right and caution to your left, alright? Obviously you don't want to go if someone's right there in front of you, alright, on your right hand side, but generally, right, a roundabout is there to create more flow, not less, right? Anyway, back onto my point, right? Apparently my video was flagged for misinformation, which is bullshit, because I shared information from an NIH, fucking national, you know, the fucking Dr. Fauci works for them. He's fucking lead fucking virologist there, or he's a lead doctor, right? Scientist. Anyway, I shared a study from that, that source. That was the source. You see, when you're in school, right? When you're in school, I remember when I was in school, right? When I was in primary school, when I was in grade 5 and 6, and we had to do studies, right? We had to do case studies on stuff. So I had to do a case study on, I chose Canada, and I also did a case study on Ned Kelly, all right, as well. I'm pretty sure I did that in grade 4. Now, I remember very fucking spot on that the teacher used to teach you that you have to grab your relevant information from relevant sources, right? And then you have to quote those sources, right? So that if they want to cross-reference them, they can go back and cross-reference them. So, i.e., example, right? Example, if I used an encyclopedia, an edition, whatever, and I got it from, if it's Canada, obviously C, all right, an encyclopedia, all right, and I got it from there, I would reference at the back of my, are you serious, mate? Go! Roundabout, traffic, flow, let's go, go, go. These people are retarded. These people are fucking retarded. Anyway, so Julian, yes, I've done a video, but no, it was unsuccessfully uploaded because Facebook and YouTube and Google are all censoring people who share information about certain topics that they don't want them to share it about. Okay, so I could tell you all the benefits of exercise, and if Mark Zuckerberg and anyone else decides that they don't want you to hear that, and they want you to, and they decide, because that's what the big tech monopoly is doing, is they're deciding that the information is, well, I guess it's not right, so we'll fact check that, and then we'll, because that is how Joseph Goebbels got Hitler into power. Did you know that? Did you know that? Joseph Goebbels was the man at creating propaganda so the Germans believed that Hitler was the Lord and Saviour of them in the times that they needed him. All while they wanted to create an Aryan race of perfect people with blonde hair and blue eyes, which is kind of weird, yeah. Right, so that's how it works. So me personally, this video I'll probably get flagged for this one too. All right. So what I mentioned the VACCINE, and I quoted a study from the NHI or the NIH or whatever it's called, and I also quoted another source, which was the VAERS or the VEARS, where you go onto it and you list, and you can see a big list of adverse reactions and stuff to certain things. They have to have it, right, so that people can make an informed decision, right, which is what we're supposed to be doing. But at the moment, you wouldn't think that we're allowed to make an informed decision anymore. The world, now people think it's just happening in America. It's not happening in America. It's happening across the world. It's happening across the world. All right, it's happening across the world, people. Okay, so the totalitarianism is happening across the world, and guess who's in charge of that? Big tech. All right, the Silicon Valley snobs. All right, what they're doing is saying, right, well, we don't necessarily agree with that. That's not with our opinion, and that's not with our narrative. So what we're going to do is we're going to flag that, and we're going to decide that person's spreading misinformation. We're going to make that person look bad, so then all the other people around go, oh, hang on a minute, he mustn't be right. He must be spreading misinformation. He mustn't be telling the truth. He mustn't be sharing information correctly. Well, mate, that is Nazi-ism. All right, Nazi-ism. All right. So if you don't want to take the VACCINE, don't. If you want to take the VACCINE, do. Right? But remember, make sure you know what the adverse reactions are. Did you know we don't even know what all the adverse reactions are? Did you know that? Alright, we don't even know what all of them are. Anyway, so here in Australia, we've got 13 million people out of 27 locked down because of a handful of cases. Alright, 0.01% have tested positive out of the last batch of tests, and we're in lockdown. My state isn't, but I'm counting down the days where a mysterious case all of a sudden pops up in the hospital or in hotel quarantine or somewhere, right? Or it escapes somehow, right? Anyway, and then you've got state premiers running off to Tokyo. Now, these state premiers are telling their citizens that they can't travel any further than 5 kilometres from their house, and they can only go to Coles and get essential items, and you can't go to work unless you're an essential worker. And in one state, they've shut down the entire construction industry, which will probably fall to its knees. Now, meanwhile, you've got the state of Florida totally open, and they're getting cases and cases by the day, All right, so you've got that, and then you've got us over here with a measly little handful of cases, and people are all crying out fear. Why is that? Because what happened is that all the little sheeple, right, all the little barbars, and if you're one of them people and you get offended by me saying that, then you need to look in the mirror, because you obviously feel that way yourself. All right. What happened is everyone bought the fear, right? Everyone bought the banner that was on Channel 9 or Channel 7, the big red banner across the bottom, and the little spawns of coronavirus graphics in the background, and the keywords, outbreak, they're deadly. They use these words. They're taught to use these words, people. They're taught to use these words. You know why? Because they grab your attention. Alright? They grab your attention. I was watching Dangerous Minds yesterday. I haven't seen that movie in a long time, and I thought I'd chuck it on. I haven't seen it in a while. And I started to realise that Michelle Pfeiffer, her character has got to grab the attention of these students so that they will pay attention in class and be willing to learn, to want to learn, all right, and to be better students and to be better citizens of their community, right? Well, the media is no different. They've got to grab your attention because at the end of the day, it's advertising, right? It's basic advertising for them. So they've got to know what the key words are that are going to get you to prop up and go, hang on a minute, oh, that you know. And what happens is most of us have turned our critical thinking off, and we're not really using that anymore. All right, so we just go along with what that's saying, right? So you've got the media at the start of the pandemic using the key phrases and the big and these they there's a reason why they use the colors and shit. Okay, there's a reason why there's colors. The colors are used on the TV screen. Okay, there is a reason for that. What happens? It's my manipulation. All right. Okay, it's simple stuff. Like my studio is painted. My business colors are purple, right? So, and purple is a whole color. It makes people feel comfortable. It makes people feel good inside. It's a good color, right? Right. It's a good color. It's a calming color, right? So why not have my studio purple? Everybody that walked in when I first painted it loved it. The reactions were the same. Oh, it feels amazing in here. Wow, the wall looks great. I feel so calm in here. I feel happy in here. I feel confident in here, right? There's a reason why they use those colors, right? Especially red, because what does red mean? Red is danger. Red means stop, right? You don't go through. You don't stop at a green light. Green means go, correct? Right? Well, in this country it does. Red is a no. You know, right? That's why they've got red on the speeding signs, right? 110 limit, and they've got a big red circle around it. It's telling you not to go over it. Okay, the red signifies stop. That's why they use these colours, all right? So they use the colours, they use the keywords, they use the key phrases, and then they use the graphics, right? Okay, so what they do is they create a graphic of what a coronavirus would look like, and they put it on the screen everywhere. Little ones everywhere, 50 of them, all over the screen, in the background, on the back of a white background. And guess what colour the coronaviruses are? They're red. You know why? Because it's an alarming colour, right? It's an alarming colour, right? Fire truck's behind you, you don't hear it, but you see the red and blue lights, and what does it mean? Pull over to the side or stop if you can safely, right? A police officer's behind you, and it's either red and blue. It's red and blue. Why? Why? Because red and blue are the universal colours for a reason, all right? Because you know, subconsciously you know that the red is in there to make you stop, right? Okay, so there you go, right? So that's why we haven't done a video in a while. We've tried to do a video, but we haven't been able to because YouTube and Google and Mark Zuckerberg and the rest of them are all fucking knobs, and we don't really appreciate them anymore. So we need to find a new platform. We need to find a new place to put our thing. It might be on BitChute. I think it's BitChute. So yeah. Anyway, if you're in a place where it's locked down, keep your head up. All right, stay safe. Mentally, find things to do. Okay, to stimulate your brain and stimulate your body, because you know, it's already hard enough as it is. All right, and that's the problem. The problem is with these lockdowns, it's causing more detriment than it is creating safety. It's creating less safety and more detriment than what it's supposed to be doing. Did you know that? It's actually more harmful. That's the video. I'm done. I'm gonna go and eat some chicken, get ready for group. Aussie Patriot here. Freedom, right? Also, last one I want to touch on is coercion. Under the legislation in Australia, it is a form of terrorism, okay? It is a terrorist act to coerce someone or the public into something that will harm them or cause them harm. later on. Just remember that, okay? It is in the legislation, it is there, it is in black and white, it is as plain as fucking day. It is a terrorist act. So if you don't want to take the VACCINE, do not take the VACCINE. And if you feel like you are being cursed into taking the VACCINE, then you should mention that to your local government person or your state government and tell them that you do not accept that. That is not what your tax dollars do not pay them to be terrorists. Alright? That's the video. That's it. I'm done. See you later.